State planet origin? Okay, yesterday you told us you traveled, and I quote, thousands of light years to get here. Gosh.
You are now listening to Exopolitics in the Morning with Watermelon TV and the Cosmic Watch, your source regarding the extra-dimensionals, UFO, and UAP global and political agenda. Click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And now, here is 48 Medu.
All right, good morning. Welcome back. This is part 2. I just went live maybe half an hour ago, and they blocked my video. Can't be seen in no parts of the country. Wonder what that's about. But anyways, welcome back to Watermelon TV. The streets are talking, Exopolitics, the channel where we peel back the layers of the universe's biggest mysteries, from government disclosure to interstellar conspiracies. I am your host, 48 Medu. Welcome back to Watermelon TV, Exopolitics, the streets are talking, the channel where we peel back the layers of the universe's biggest mysteries, from government disclosures to interstellar conspiracies. I'm your host, 48 Medu, and today we're diving into one of the most mind-bending topics in exopolitics: why aliens might never make it to Earth.
Okay, we're recording. State planet origin? Okay, yesterday you told us you traveled, and I quote, thousands of light years to get here. Gosh.
But we're not just speculating here. We're channeling the genius of Richard Feynman, the legendary physicist who re-evolutionized our understanding of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and won the Nobel Prize in 1965. Feynman wasn't just a scientist, he was a skeptic like me, a storyteller like me, and a straight shooter who didn't mince words about UFOs and extraterrestrial visitors. If you've ever stared at the night sky wondering if ET's out there plotting a visit, Feynman has some cold hard physics to splash on that dream. He argued that interstellar travel isn't just tough, it's practically impossible due to the fundamental laws of the universe. Stick around for this brief deep dive, and by the end you might see those UFO sightings, these hearings that they're having in Congress, in a whole new light. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button for more exopolitic insights. Let's get into it. First off, who was Richard Feynman? Born in 1918 in New York, Feynman was a rock star of physics. He worked on the Manhattan Project during World War II, cracked the code on quantum electrodynamics, and became famous for his lectures that made complex ideas feel like a casual chat over a hot cup of coffee. But Feynman was also a fierce defender of scientific rigor. He famously investigated the Challenger space shuttle disaster in 1986, exposing NASA's flaws with a simple O-ring demo in ice water. Go check that out. When it came to aliens and UFOs, Feynman applied the same no-nonsense approach. In the 1960s, during the height of the UFO craze, Feynman was asked about flying saucers. His response, quote, "From my knowledge of the world that I see around me, I think it is much more likely that the reports of flying saucers are the result of the known irrational characteristics of terrestrial intelligence rather than the unknown rational efforts of extraterrestrial intelligence." In other words, UFO sightings are human hoaxes, misidentifications, or wishful thinking, not actual alien spacecraft. Let's say that again.
Not actual alien spacecraft.
Why? Because physics stacks the deck against any extraterrestrials hopping over for a visit. Let's break down step by step Feynman's style. Imagine you're an alien on a planet in a Alpha Centauri system, the closest star to our sun at about 4.3 light years away. Sounds close, right? Wrong. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. That's 5.88 trillion miles. So Alpha Centauri is over 25 trillion miles from Earth, and that's our closest star. So if you tried to drive here at highway speed, say 60 miles per hour, it'd take you about 48 million years. That's longer than human civilization has existed, or so they say. But aliens use advanced tech, they say. Enter the speed of light, the cosmic speed limit. According to Einstein's theory of special relativity, which Feynman helped expand upon, nothing with mass can reach or exceed the speed of light, about 186,000 miles per second. Why? Well, as you accelerate, your mass increases, requiring infinite energy to hit light speed. Feynman loved explaining this. It's not a suggestion, it's a law baked into the fabric of space-time. Even if aliens could get close to light speed, say 99%, time dilation kicks in. From the alien's perspective, the trip might feel short due to relativity, but back home on Earth, centuries or millennium would have passed. Feynman pointed out that interstellar travel isn't just about energy, it's about time. Vast amounts of time changing everything. Civilizations rise and fall, stars evolve, and any motivation for a trip might vanish. Now, let's talk about the energy hurdle. To propel a spacecraft to near light speed, you need fuel. And just think about it. That's from our perspective when SpaceX sends out rocket ships, NASA sends out rocket ships. He's saying right here, you're gonna need fuel to get that far. So let's keep going. But the rocket equation, which Feynman often referenced in his lectures, is brutal. The amount of fuel required grows exponentially with speed. For a ship to reach over 10% of light speed, you need more fuel than the mass of a small planet. For near light speeds, forget it. It requires energy equivalent to converting huge amounts of matter into energy via E equals mc squared. And that's assuming perfect efficiency, which we don't have. Feynman's emphasized that physics doesn't care about our sci-fi dreams. The equations don't lie. So what about the wormholes and warp drives? Feynman was pragmatic. Feynman was pragmatic. In his view, these are speculative and likely violate known physics, like requiring negative energy or exotic matter that we haven't observed. He once quipped about quantum mechanics, quote, "If you think you understand it, you don't." The same applies here. Manipulation space-time for shortcuts sounds cool, but it's unproven and probably impossible without breaking casualties or creating paradoxes. Then there's so Feynman wasn't saying aliens don't exist. In fact, he acknowledges the vastness of the universe makes extraterrestrial life probable somewhere. But reaching Earth, that's a different story. He dismissed UFO claims not out of closed-mindedness, but because science demands evidence over antidote. And so does Watermelon TV. In one encounter, when pressed if flying saucers were impossible, he replied, quote, "No, I can't prove it's impossible. It's just very unlikely," close quote. That's the beauty of this man. He taught us to embrace uncertainty, but ground it in facts. So what does this mean for exopolitics? In Watermelon TV, the streets are talking. If aliens can't easily zip across the stars, maybe those government whistleblowers and blurry UFO iPhone videos are explainable by earthly tech or phenomena. Or perhaps advanced beings communicate differently via quantum entanglement or something we can't fathom yet. But Feynman warns us, don't jump to aliens without ruling out the mundane. So in the end, Feynman's message is empowering. The universe barriers force us to look inward, innovate here on Earth, and maybe one day crack those physics puzzles ourselves. We're not waiting for saviors from the stars. We're the explorers. You're the explorer. You are what God is. I am what God is. So hey, thanks for watching this episode of Watermelon TV, Exopolitics, the streets are talking. What do you think? Is Feynman right? Or have aliens already beaten the odds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, check out other videos on the latest UAP disclosures. See you next time. Stay curious, stay skeptical, stargaze at night, sun gaze during the day. Watermelon TV, I'm up.
The realm, you got to understand the concept of the God that you are searching for is yourself. It goes beyond just you being God and nobody else. It goes beyond to say that it is because of you that the race has a chance.
Ice Cube, he done sold out. Talking about West Coast and East Coast and all this dumb stuff. You in America, catching hell on both coasts.
Sublime mythology makes grotesque history.